All right, everybody, Ozarks opener. We're just about to get to the national anthem with my boater Dalton here. We're troubleshooting some trolling motor issues.
Off at 7 o'clock.
Here we go.
Size limit 15 inches on smallmouth and largemouth, 12 inches on spotted bass. First flight.
Well, not too bad. Don't have that north wind blowing on us. Hoping for sunshine for warmth, but for fishing this overcast day, it's going to be better. Might pop out at like 2-ish or something, at least last time I looked. A little sun at 2 or so, maybe.
We got technical difficulties.
So do we. It's going to be that kind of day.
Well, we're not doing the anthem. Tell you what we will do, though. You guys remember in 2nd grade when we used to do the Pledge of Allegiance? If you remember the Pledge of Allegiance, let's do that instead.
Oh my God.
I pledge allegiance.
I didn't boat flip that fish. I saw he had 2 hooks in him.
Yeah.
Like I should have boat. Normally I do boat flip fish unless they are like 5, 6.
Yeah, unless you get +4.
Or if I see them and they're only got 1 hook in them.
Yep.
You know, finesse them a little bit.
Yep.
But I looked at him and he had 2 fucking hooks in his mouth and I didn't.
Yeah, that was the last tournament last year that net thing happened, and I'm like, okay, I should always check it. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the 2026 season here. We've got the opener on the Lake of Ozarks, a balmy 29 degrees at takeoff, a nice 20-minute run up to the Gravois. I was pretty chilly. I didn't have a mask, but that's part of the game. You guys should buy one, no console. Technical difficulties all day on this one. It started off the kick. He was practicing yesterday, Dalton, my boater, and his trolling motor just stopped working late in the day at one stop, and he's like, oh, what's going on? So he turned it off and on again, and it worked. Well, it didn't work this morning when I dropped him in. So we were trying to mess with it. We're trying to calibrate it there at PB2. It didn't work. We got to our first spot, and what he was having to do is the propeller would work, but the foot steering was locked up. It wouldn't work. So all day, Dalton is an absolute warrior. He was having to hand turn it and then hit the button to make the propeller go because the steering wasn't working with the foot steering here. And we tried some stuff. We tried recalibrating again. He was calling his buddy at the shop, but he was in a tournament also. Oh, it was a challenging day here. Missed a little video too. Going down the lake at 68 miles an hour, 29 degrees here. The GoPros, they overheat and they don't work. Lithium batteries are also sensitive to cold temperatures, and I've never had this one yet. It wouldn't turn on, and I messed with it. I thought it was the cables. I had my backup battery, and I'm like, oh. So I took the camera and I opened up my jumpsuit. I got it all the way in next to my body and I let it sit there for about 15 minutes and then it came on here. What did we miss? So I started out with my little small umbrella rig, threw for a while. We started crawling up a bank, and I'm like, oh, I got a snag. And then the snag started moving. I'm like, oh, man, okay, I got something good. I'm like, oh, it's got to be a catfish. It's really pulling. And it stopped again. I'm like, no, I'm snagged. So we go back, and I try to get off the snag, and I feel it moving again. I'm like, oh, I got a big stump or something. After battling this thing for 5 minutes, I've got a rock like this. I get it right up to the boat, and I'm just about to grab it to save my A-rig, and then the line snaps. Wasted all that time. I felt bad. Then we went around that bay, and Dalton had a jerkbait on, and all of a sudden I hear, oh, I got one. I'm like, you need a net? He goes, I don't think so. And he goes, oh, I better get one when I heard a splash. I didn't check his net out. I went to go grab the net, didn't even look at it. It had a curved front, and it was down. And all of a sudden, the fish is right underneath the boat, and then he jumps. And I have literally a split second. Okay, I think it's just got the back hook in it. It's jumped. Do I try and stab it and get it, or do I let him make another run? Well, I made the split-second decision to try and stab it. So I get it, I get under it, and I pull it up, and it flops on the head of the net, and the head of the net goes like this, and he flops out. And I felt so bad. I apologized to him. And I'm like, hey, I should have checked out the net. You know, last year I had the thing where the net was strapped down, or the net didn't expand right and everything, and it's the beginning of the season. So the net was flopping. It had a little nut on the collar for the net to the handle, and it was just flopping. So, oh man, I just felt so bad for him. But he was so cool. He got it. He understands things happen. Probably it really didn't matter to him much later. He ended up with one fish here, and it just goes to show you, you should really pay attention and check that net out. I didn't talk to the boater about the netting strategy either. You know, everything's rusty at the beginning of the season, so that's how we started out.
Yeah, that's why I was a jerkbait on a spinning rod. I had too much of that. You get thicker line, and then it inhibits the bait too. One of those ongoing debates.
I throw them on a spin cast sometimes, but most of the time it's on a jerkbait. I just work it better.
Yeah.
Or on a
yeah, I feel more at ease doing it on a bait caster for sure. I worked at 27 years at Motorola in public safety division doing, you know, walkie-talkies, the two ways.
Yeah.
And I specialized in getting mobile data terminals out, you know, and I started in Motorola in 1987. They're communicating at 4,800 bits per second. Now it's LTE at 10 to 20 megabits a second. It's unreal. From hardly getting like a 2-line dispatch text to now you can like stream video. Just incredible. Far side? And cables too, right? Yep.
Without looking at the brush pile though.
Yep.
I don't like to throw around it.
Yep.
Trying to decide what's a good strategy. I didn't want to turn on the swimming because it's obviously not the best time to throw it.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, on cold days like this, I think the bite windows the afternoon is a better window. I think that's the right strategy. Yeah. We got to be in by 3. We got to run by about 2:30, so 11:30 if you want to run it for the end of the day, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. With the high scope is, I mean, what's to say a boater doesn't just go, hey man, I've got some really big schools of fish picked out.
Yeah.
We're gonna go live scope them.
And I'm going to get the co-angler on it too, so you don't say anything. Totally.
I'll get you your 3.
Yep.
And you can,
Yep.
you know, as long as you be quiet about it. Which, I mean,
Well, thank God 99% of the guys have morals and won't do that. But, you know, about the 1%. Oh, all kind of crap over to the left of us. Let's see, 9-10 feet right over there. Yeah. Testing 1, 2. All right, still on, still working audio. Oh, nice. That's a big old spot, isn't it?
I think it is a spot. I don't know. No, I think he's a largemouth. I don't think he's gonna go. Look how fat that son is.
Yeah, he is so fat. Spots are kind of, a lot of times they're like that way.
That's what I thought, but I don't think he's spotted. I don't know how to tell either, really.
If their jawline doesn't go in back of their eye and they have a rough tongue, I think. No, you know, I don't know. I'm not a pro, but I mean, when I look at that lateral, the scales on top, they got kind of that look, don't they?
I don't know if he's a spotted bass or not. What I do know is he's like 2 pounds, whatever he is.
Does the jawline go in back of the eye? Open up his, you know, mouth and look at that.
I don't know, you tell me.
I think is his tongue rough? If you put your finger on his tongue, on the top of his tongue, is it rough? Kind of rough?
Back there it is.
Yeah, and the jawline doesn't go back the eye. And look at the fins up here. We should look it up. I'm pretty sure measure them. Measure them.
That's 12.
Oh yeah, but it's got to be 15 for a largie.
He ain't no 15.
He's like 14.
I'm gonna put him in there at the spot right now, and I'll look it up here.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm not that great on it, but I've been listening to the guys last couple years. And there's something about the dorsal fin or something too you can look at.
Okay, lesson to you co-anglers out there. How to identify a spotted bass. Okay, I was terrible at this. I looked at the charts. I didn't check the charts before the beginning of this year. My boaters just always knew all the time. That's a Kentucky, that's a spot. And I'm getting okay at it, and I thought pretty sure this one was a spot, and it was. Back to knowing the jaw line in front of the eye. It's got a little sandpaper on the back of the tongue, and there's something about the dorsal fin. I should have looked that up for the video. We should have something on that. But you know, the boater wasn't quite sure here because on Lake of Ozarks, it's 15 for largemouth and smallmouth and 12 for spots. At Table Rock, since like 1976, since they first implemented a limit, it's been 15 for all fish. But I just saw they posted on April 30th, after our next tournament, I think they said the lake was 38% spots, so they want to reduce them. It's going to be 12 inches on spots there too. I was hoping to get a 12-inch spot today here, and we'll see if I do, just to get that 200-point scoreable fish here, because I knew conditions were going to be tough. I had that small A-rig on with the small, little swim baits on it. I tried to do something different here. You probably saw it. I had those whitish kind of pink ones, and I had the kind of Tennessee shad in the middle here. Everyone's just throwing the same type, and I want to do something a little bit different. And I noticed the water was a little murky for Lake of Ozarks. There was rainwater and meltwater, or someone had mentioned on one of the videos the other week, it almost was like an early lake turnover, when the ice melts in that here. So it wasn't as clear as it normally was, and I thought, that would help. I had my little small compact jig on here with this little bitty 3-inch Bojangles trailer. I had this guy really trimmed down, kind of funky looking here. I thought I would have to catch him there, but it just wasn't working. My boater started getting some of those jerk bait bites, so I got my X80 trick darter here. And this is a really good color for Lake of Ozarks with that purple and kind of silver here. I did alternate with one that has the kind of sexy shad with the little chartreuse on the bottom. But the wind was huffing and puffing, and it came around, and I got it on a dock cable. And he was having so much trouble with the trolling motor. I didn't want to waste the time. I didn't want him to have to go back into that area and get it here. I just ate it. I need to replace that one for dirty water. But this is a better clean water color here for sure here. So, we discussed that, and we kept on going here. And I was really alternating jerkbait, Alabama rig, and jig for a while. After not getting some bites, I pulled out the naked jig head minnows. I had just got some of these Yamamoto hinge minnows. I've been hearing so much good about them. Every time I would put one on, I would get 2 or 3 casts and I'd get hung up. The dock cables or a brush pile, or some rocks that when I'm looking at the graph, just I couldn't see. My abilities and my spidey sense is a little bit out of kilter for the beginning of the season, and it was just one of those days. Like you saw, even MLF had technical difficulties. Let's get back to the water.
My guy last year told me, he goes, underhand lob it, don't throw it overhand, and you won't get. I was getting snagged on myself by going overhand with them and supposed to lobbing them. Mm-hmm. Is that a thing?
For what?
For the A-rig.
Underhand like this?
Well, sidearm. Don't overhand it or they get all hung up, he was telling me. And
no, I'm not thrown one enough to really know.
Yeah, me neither. I hate the things, but you're fishing these kind of tourneys. You got to do what you got to do.
Ain't no kidding. I didn't even have a rod that's big enough to throw one until my dad got me one for Christmas. I just refused to throw them.
Yeah, me too.
I just think they're...
Should be outlawed. They are in Bassmaster. They're not in LLF. Old Drew won down in Florida on it.
And it's always somewhere south, like Clearfield, Wheeler.
Yeah, the wild card. Yeah.
And that qualifies you for the All-American.
Yeah, the wild card, right.
Yeah. So, but you have to pay at least for all 5.
Gotcha, yeah. I did that one at Wheeler where coming out of the, that was like 23, coming out of the harbor, the guy crashed into the catfish boat. I almost got hypothermia. I didn't have enough gear, and man, it's 42 degrees, the wind's blowing 30 miles an hour out of the north, and the rain's coming in sideways. Man, that was a gnarly day. Till the rain till about 10 constantly.
23. I think it might have been 22. They went to Wheeler as well.
Maybe it was 22. I
He
forgot.
didn't say anything about rain. Or maybe he did. I don't remember.
But it's
He got
cold.
screwed out of that deal.
How?
Because he was a boater and got put boater on boater.
Oh. Yeah.
And he had found some spots that probably had 25 pounds in it.
Oh.
And they end up,
Going the opposite way or something, right? Yep.
the guy end up, they flipped the coin of whose boat they were going to use.
Yep.
And I don't even think that bone was probably it.
That clown was more for dirtier water, or when it, yeah.
I have a new one. It's got a coin in it. It's kind of
Oh, yeah.
bought it off that warehouse.
Yeah, I found a guy selling them on Facebook Marketplace last fall. Paid $80 for 7 brand new mega bass.
Really?
Yeah. Few good colors, few off the wall colors, but it was colors I didn't have. And a backup Pro Blue, of course.
Well, blue works. Oh, when you start not getting bites, you start thinking, like,
Yep.
what do I need to do to...
Yep. Is it the spot? Is it the bait? Has conditions changed? All the above.
all the above.
A and C, B and D.
That phone, I like to start out like in the morning because it's low light conditions.
Yeah. Yep.
Then to get a profile on the bait.
Yep. 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 Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding. I have no idea. Look at way out front here. Ah, don't worry about it. I don't want. Yeah.
Jerkbait, isn't it?
No, it's just a jig head minnow. I tell you, I haven't had more than 6 casts on a jig head minnow today. That's number 3. Uh-huh.
Blue something I throw in is clouds.
Yeah.
I was always caught clouds and came through solid sun. But I have no idea.
Well, sometimes, in the words of some experts, you gotta let the fish tell you, because they ain't predictable either sometimes. There's trends, but there's no guarantees.
This one's technically a translucent too. It's got a little bit of orange on the bottom of it.
Oh, yeah. What do they call that color?
Ontene. O-N-T-E-N-E-T-E.
Huh. I don't think I've seen that one. They have so many now, it's just redonkulous. And then they have this Respect series where now they're making special colors just to sell you more of them.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas of what we could do?
No. Wish I did. I've only fished this dock Last year I jumped into Toyota. In fact, day one I drew Gill. He caught 1 2-pound bass. That tells you how hard this lake is at this time of year.
Oh, you jumped into Toyota this time of year?
No, last year it was the 27th or so. And he was A-rigging and jerk baiting on brush piles. Yep. And he was up here in the Gravois arm too. You know, so what you're doing is the right stuff. We just haven't run into them or the bait, you know? That's what I think.
This lake is also a very big color lake. Everybody can be doing the same thing. Jerk baits, A-rigs. If you ain't got the right color that fish want that day, and it varies on day.
Yep.
And it literally can vary on day.
Yep.
Money by drawing a shit motor or a broken boat.
You know, this sport is about creative and new ways to lose money, if you haven't figured that out yet.
You ain't wrong there. I'm ready for it to be.
Yep, me too. Yeah, oh my God, yeah. Yep. But you said you love jerk baiting.
I do like a jerk bait. It's good. Almost sometimes think that hurts.
What?
You watch them.
Oh,
Normally you just sit there and jerk it.
yeah.
You don't know if it's going or not.
Yeah.
That fish came up and got right behind it, and I thought he was eating it, so I jerked it like.
And it
just pulled him out of
But
his mouth.
yeah, or sometimes that's a reaction jerk that makes them actually commit. I've seen that. I've seen that a lot. But yep. He was shallow again too, huh? 3-4 feet of water again? Yeah.
The wind doesn't blow me right over where all the fish are at.
Yeah.
Let's go with my dad. And then go to finish off. I'm really trying to get to one, man. I know how much points matter.
Yep. 'Tis what it is.
And then go up and tell your buddies, don't get drawn with that dog.
I would say he's an awesome dude.
He's an awesome dude, but he don't know how to find fish.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of people not finding fish today.
And if I wouldn't have had to worry so much about the trolling motor.
Well, oh man, just everything. The frigid conditions, the trolling motor, I mean, it's impossible to bass fish without it. And you're sitting there having to do it by hand. You're doing a hell of a job given the circumstances.
I'm really trying to get you a fish, man. Like, I'm not one of these boaters that,
Oh no, I can tell.
like my dad is.
Anybody who's been a co-angler, man, they totally get it. You know, if they haven't, they kind of don't. I deeply appreciate it. Well, you know, I tell people a lot too. It's about learning from the back of the boat. If you don't like what's happening, bring out your checkbook and move to the front of the boat. Right?
That sumbit's right over 3 of them. 3 big ones. And they just went the other way.
Yep. It's funny how sometimes they turn around and annihilate it, sometimes they sniff it, sometimes they're like scared of it. Oh, got a fish. No. 12-inch spot, baby, be a spot. It's not a spot, I don't think. Well, I can't say I got skunkarooed, but that's kind of skunkaroo-ish. Oh, no problem. No problem. Well, feedback. I mean, I like that. You saw some big ones. Got a bite there. Maybe we can have an hour of power. I'm an optimist. Oh yeah, they're all, they're everywhere usually. Say hi, everybody.
Hey.
How you doing, Dylan?
Good, you?
So you got one keeper, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hey, points fish, man. That's a 200-point fish.
Yeah, exactly. What? That's all I'm fishing for is points.
He's right down here. He wedged himself in between you and the dog.
Hey, Timmy, how's it going, man? How'd you do?
Got 2.
Nice.
What you wet?
6 evening.
Yeah, those are 2 nice ones.
I missed I had a good one.
I had one.
How'd you catch them?
Caught him on a jerkbait in the A-rig.
Yeah.
No, actually, take that back. No jerkbait. That's the one I locked one on. I caught one on a rock crawler, and then the other one on a A-rig.
That's what.
One bite, 1 10-incher. What can I say? How about you?
That
Yeah.
slack line. It probably put a foot of slack into my crankbait.
Yeah.
It just smacked it with its head. Didn't even try to eat it.
Yeah.
Came up and ran into it.
My boater had a couple of those too.
What'd you get?
The 12-inch spot, the 200-point spot, baby. I was hoping for one of those. Well, it's a tough day here. people are catching them, but I don't see any full bags. I see a couple, you know, onesies, twosies. I saw one 3-bag. That's it so far. What can you say? It's February. You got 5 in there? That's the first 5 I've seen, but I haven't seen everybody.
He's got one.
Oh, there's a lot of them
He's got one over
Yeah.
7.
Nice. I guess we know who's buying lunch.
You want to measure that?
Nice. You beat us, you're buying lunch. I know. I was looking at his bag when we walked by, and I'm like, where's Eric? He goes, he walked right by you. I'm like, I was looking at his bag.
Dennis Bearhorse. Dennis, good to see you this year, buddy. I didn't see you, I don't think, last year. He's out of Wholesome, Missouri on the boater side. $255,000 in earnings. Oh, what have you done to him? 9 victories, 5 bass in the bag. 17 pounds, 2 ounces, new leader. Big bass is 4.6. You got a 4.6 in there, Dennis. He says, well, he's going to try it anyway. Dennis, the menace. Oh, yeah.
Woo!
He's menacing to the other guys. Nice fish. Put her in there, buddy. New big bass. I'm going to call it right now. Biggest bass I've seen this year. 7 pounds and 9 ounces. He's captured the Ayatollah.
7, 9. Wow.
Thanks, man. Oh, here's your other ticket. Sorry, I got so excited about his big bass, I go a little nuts. Eric Bond. How do you say where you're from? Herculaneum. All right, I was thinking about saying it right. He's on the co-angler side. He's got 3 in the bag. 3 good ones. 7 pounds, 9 ounces. Moves you into 4th place. I forgot to ask. How'd you catch him, Dennis? Stick bait. And a jig. All right, he's got his Phoenix on.
Okay, there you have it, folks. One little 10-inch non-scoreable bass on that jerk bait for me. I really didn't have any other bites except for that boulder rock. He had a couple come up and slap his jerkbait, as you saw in there. He had nothing on his A-rig either. He had nothing on a jig either. I can't believe a jig didn't work. We got into some brush piles. I pulled my Neds at. I had that nice Snoopy's Medusa here. I lost a few of those. I had some regular kind of green pumpkin with a hint of chartreuse Neds. I even took one of these missile baits, kind of little bitty curly tail minnows, but I ripped the curly tail off, so it was like a purple and black Ned. That didn't work either. I have a couple of those fuzzy Neds. I tried those, and no avail for me. I was hitting that Ned rig, further in the day. The sun came up a little bit. We thought that would get the jerk bite bang. I went back and I said, okay, he's gotten more bites than anything on a jerk bite today. Nothing on nothing else. I'm keeping that jerk bait in my hand for the rest of the day. And I lived by it. I died by it. That's kind of the way that puppy goes. Okay, so there you have it, folks. My buddy Eric, he did well. He came in 11th. Brian Davis caught big bass for 5.2. That was pretty awesome here. I met a new travel partner, Eric's friend, Chuck Teagan. He was a blast. He got blanked too. He didn't even have a bite, he said also. Basically kind of doing the same stuff. You saw us talk to a couple of those guys. It was really surprising that most of the catches from people and some other post videos here were shallow. We saw them shallow. We didn't see them deep. All our bites were in 4 feet of water or less. Some people were talking 7 feet of water or less. Talking to some guys doing some flat side cranking. Saw Randy Dorman came out here. He was doing a little bit of deep cranking, and he, in 10 to 12 feet, I think he got some jerkbait fish on a +1 or a +2 Vision 110 here in that gaudy color. I didn't think about that, but the color in the jerkbait, that's a very particular thing, and conditions were changing. The sun was in and out. Definitely another learning experience. I'm glad I caught one on a jerkbait. I'm feeling better with the jerkbait. I got to go work some more on that this spring. I'm going to do that. I didn't have the drop shot tied on. I just brought the 2 poles, the 2 spinning, and the 2 bait casters. I didn't want to get too sidetracked, and I didn't want to do things I didn't have a lot of confidence in there. And I had so much confidence that if I threw this around docks and brush piles, even being small, it was going to get me bit. I did talk to a couple of guys that caught a couple small ones, and they put the little net on there, not even the little bitty tail. I thought the tail was so small with nothing. Maybe if I would have put that little chunk of Senko or a little net on there, maybe I would have got something. Maybe more of an ultra finesse. Maybe the little green pumpkin, wasn't the right color with the water a little dirty, but it wasn't dirty enough, I thought, to go to a darker jig. Maybe brown. We can always second guess ourselves. It was hard for me to mentally stay in the game on that one, although I kept telling myself, hey, you just keep throwing it there. Keep there at it here. So fighting that devil again like we always do. But, you can only get a little incrementally better each time, and you can only, think about it and do what you can do here. So that's the story on that one. I got my 20 participation points. Really want to make the regional because it's on Grand Lake again for the Ozarks division. I didn't make it last year. I only fished 3. I'm going to fish all of them. And in fact, my road trip this year, specifically planned to get some experience on Grand Lake, will be the next video. That's March 7th. That's a week from Saturday here. And until then, thanks for coming along for the ride. Take a kid fishing and keep your lines tight.